For me, it was nothing personal, it was just business for me. When I got on, I paid them back and told them it was ugly. I'd rather ask forgiveness like 100 times than be asking for permission in a beggar's line. Cause of who I be and check out how I tend to mine. I got a partner who don't eat no pork at dinner time, but let you act like you gon' ever hurt or injure mine. He have your woman, and that's by dinner time. I keep my eyes on glory, tell the devil get behind. Now bear in mind the devil made me offers I decline. We not aligned, not combined, I am not confined to any wicked system that these demons have designed. They frame a mind and have you salty as a bacon rind. I'm trying to mastermind how to help out humankind. I'm open mind, but I do not walk with none aligned.
Today, from Lucas Oil Stadium in Indianapolis, it's Week 6 of the NFL on EA Sports. Indianapolis Colts taking on Trevor Lawrence and the Jacksonville Jaguars.
We are pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. Just a short time ago, smoke from the pyrotechnics filled the dome as the Colts made their way out of the locker room. We're set for football as the Colts get set to match up with the Jacksonville Jaguars. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we take a look at the Colts entering play. They come off a disappointment last time out that put an end to their -3 game win streak. Meanwhile, for the visiting Jaguars, they were winners last time out, so they'll be looking, Charles, to make it 2 in a row.
And what I enjoyed when I watched their game tape and their victory last week is they put it together in every phase. Good offense, good defense, and some key plays on special teams. Let's see if they can get that second win in a row.
And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, had he opted for the touchback. So the Colts now coming out for their opening drive. They're led out by their quarterback out of Fresno State, Derek Carr.
I love just about everything about him. Love his game, love his makeup, love his moxie, one of my favorite words. This guy's a competitor. Gritty, tough, you name it, he's got it. But he did throw an interception in last week's game. That contributed to a loss. And despite the fact he threw 3 touchdown passes, he's going to be out there redoubling his efforts and trying to play better. One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
They'll run. This is Jonathan Taylor. And this will go for 5 up to the 33. Well, this defense for the Jaguars, they were fantastic a week ago in that win over Houston.
And I'm eager to see the game plan and trying to attack them this week, because when you take it away 4 times through interceptions, what do you do now when you go into a game? Do you decide you can't throw the ball? Do you try and run it more? Or do you tell your quarterback, make sure you see your guys open before you deliver?
And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35. Defense had a chance to get off the field here on the opening drive, couldn't do it.
I know that we go into these meetings with coaches, and sometimes maybe we can get, a little bit numb because they're always going to talk about how important third down is, aren't they? Offense and defense. In this case, one capitalized, and the other, as you said, had a chance to get off the field and didn't get it done.
So he stopped for no gain, and it'll be 2nd and 10.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
Couple of first downs to kick off the drive. Here's 1st and 10 up at the 46. On the handoff, Taylor pushing forward for 3 up to the 48. The numbers for him from a week ago: 11 carries, 86 yards, and a touchdown.
And as we discovered in talking with the coaching staff prior to the game, going up against a team that struggled against the run has only emboldened them to run the football more. I expect 40 to 50 carries in this game.
And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
Carr's throw complete here to Doyle. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. I don't think it's a surprise they're throwing the football early. We expected that. They told us they were going to come out firing, but 4 for 4 on the opening drive. They like that.
They don't just like it, they love it, because now everyone gets locked in. Your confidence jumps up. Everyone's easy about what they're doing out there. And by the way, they're looking at the sideline thinking to themselves and expressing, let's keep throwing it. We're doing pretty well.
And after getting tackled, he's still down and looking very slow to get up. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Working from the gun, it's Carr. Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack. It looks like a loss of right around 11 there on 1st down to set him back on 2nd. He seemed to have a reasonable amount of time in the pocket, but he couldn't get rid of the football, and the end result, Charles, him on the ground.
Yeah, he's got to keep an internal clock to go along with his offensive line. When you're talking about 3, 4, 5 seconds, that's a reasonable amount of time to expect to deliver the ball downfield. So great to try and complete a pass, but it's equally important to know when to throw the football away, too.
You definitely would like to have hit on that one, because now you've got a 3rd and long showing up, and you just know defense is going to be getting after it. They are pinning their ears back, and they are coming.
The 13th play now coming on this opening drive. Here's 3rd down. Carr. Taken in by the tight end, Doyle. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran it a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield to gain any yardage.
That also a career-long kick for the veteran, Charles.
Yeah, how about what he just got done there? We always knew he had a big leg, but how about everything coming together perfectly on that one? Great leg swing, and bang that one through.
And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. So here are the Jags now set to get their first drive. They're led by the number 1 overall pick in the 2021 draft, Trevor Lawrence. They'll run for the first time with Travis Etienne. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Lawrence will throw. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
My first thought is surprise, because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
They go play action now. Lawrence. And connecting here with DJ Shark. And he is finally out of bounds all the way down at the 30. A big 3rd down play there for the Jags.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
On 1st and 10, it's Etienne. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6. The numbers on the ground for Etienne last week, pretty good, as he found himself in the end zone on 2 separate occasions.
And those are the most important numbers, because no matter what you pile up prior to the goal line, getting in is all that matters. Putting those numbers up on the board, and they love them when they're 6s.
Now left side on the swing pass. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. So, Charles, first drive here, little safe completion underneath, maybe get some rhythm, get your feet wet, so to speak.
I agree, and I like it because it's a lot like a basketball game when you're getting started and you pass the ball around so everyone touches it early and gets involved in the game. In this case, it's not
touchdown Jaguars. Paris Campbell, his first touchdown on the year. And the Jaguars have taken the lead. By Lambeau, up and good. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. The drive will start at the 25-yard line here as Rodgers will not return it. Second drive coming up here for the Indianapolis Colts. And, Charles, what a battle this is within the division, because these guys, they've got the lead, but not by much. On the other side of the field, they're knocking on the door and trying to equal them in the wins category.
And I love that second part that you talked about, equaling them in the wins category, because if somehow you get down to the end of the year and they're tied in record, head-to-head's always the first tiebreaker. So the winner of this game, they'll have a big advantage.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's second and a couple. To the right side, this is Taylor. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line.
They were not fooling around at all, were they? Second and short, and they brought out the heavy package. Almost felt like the super heavy package against that defense, didn't it?
Yeah, I don't think they expected that much beef up front, and it turned into an easy first down conversion. Now he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. 51 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
They'll run on first down with Marlon Mack. Miles Jack there to make the tackle. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. Card out a throw. He's got Jack Doyle. And he is going to have a Colts first down by about 3 yards or so as they wind up getting 7 there on 3rd and 4. They had to settle for 3 last drive, hoping this second go-around ends in 6. In good position, 1st and 10. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
Throwing again on second down. Carr toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete.
I know in every game we do, we talk about momentum. That was a momentum play lost. And now there could be a letdown because they didn't get the interception.
Yeah, you could almost hear the collective gasp on the sideline as he could not come up with that football. And this time he's going backwards. So after the no gain on the last attempt, here they get him behind the line. So out comes the field goal team now for the second time here today. The kick by Carlson is good. And they'll get it back within a point at 7-6. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
On the return, here's the dangerous Cordero Patterson. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. So here are the Jaguars to take over on offense. They were able to defeat Houston last week. They lead things here as well as they try to make it 2 victories in a row. On play action, Lawrence. He'll fight his man, Laviska Shenault. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
Time to give some credit to the big fellows, the offensive line here, because you've got to have good protection on crossing routes, because you've got to give your receiver time to work all the way across the field. That time, able to scan the field, spot his receiver moving left to right, and make a good, accurate throw. Thank you, guys.
On 1st and 10, it's Lawrence. Being chased out left. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Zach Bullock. Credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10. After the sack on 1st down, Lawrence flush to his right. It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's 3rd down. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long. Now Lawrence. The open man is Shark. It's complete. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another 1st down at the Colts 30. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times, because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a 1st down.
Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line. Running out of the gun with Etienne, and he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
And that's incomplete.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
On 3rd down, Lawrence eluding the pressure right. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down.
They certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
And Lambeau will put this one through, and they bump the lead up to 4 now at 10-6. So a nice kick there as they add 3 to the lead.
And from what I've seen so far, Brandon, I think they've been the better of the 2 teams here in the first half. So even though you want the touchdown, I think that's a nice job there to put 3 points on the board.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Now Jonathan Taylor and the Colts offense retake center stage. And the ground game's been good, but they're losing here in the 2nd quarter. Can they use that ground game maybe to work the air attack a little bit more?
I think so, because now you can throw play action off of being able to run the ball effectively. And oftentimes you might want to just swing your back out of the backfield and get the ball in his hands in open space. And just don't get totally away from running it, because some of these runs now, they may pop bigger as the game goes along.
Yeah, they've been good with the run so far.
And that's a nice pickup of a 1st down on that 2nd down run. And at that yardage gained, they can run that play on any down.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. On the handoff, this is Taylor. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 72 yards rushing for him, as he has been tough to stop here this first half. Well, he's broken off some big-time runs here in this first half.
Yeah, and let's just face it, when you go into a game
You think you've got the plays that are going to work, but when you actually get out there and they're starting to happen, your confidence rises, and he's running with terrific.
And the Jags get to him as down he goes. Devon Hamilton coming right up the gut, gets in there for a loss of 9.
Hindsight is 20/20, partner. Maybe they should have kept it on the ground again.
Well, it almost looked like the O-line was run blocking again. I mean, they opened up a big hole last time. This time they opened up a hole, and the quarterback got sacked. To try again after the sack, Carr. This will be taken in by Michael Pittman. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. Throwing now is Carr. He finds his man, complete. It's Doyle. And they do get this across midfield to the 49, but a small consolation prize as he's well short of the 1st. Now it appears we're going to get whistles and a stop. A man down on the return. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. Jacksonville set to go again offensively. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met. One-handed, love the effort. Not much production on that play, though, huh?
Not a whole lot of yardage. You get that grab, you probably want a 1st down.
And he'll be the one in the film session and be saying, hey, run that one back, coach.
Yeah.
Run that one back.
One more time.
Let's see that
2
again.
more time.
And they won't.
8 more times.
They won't. Didn't get much out of it.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Lawrence. Got an open man. That's Campbell. And he will have a Jaguars 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Good, strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
And they'll throw on 1st down with Lawrence. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
That's an excellent play by the defender. He diagnosed that one, closed quickly, and helped force the incompletion.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. But to throw again is Lawrence. Connection made with Chenault. And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Now the Jags will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. Throwing now, Lawrence on 1st down. That's going to be caught. It's Chenault. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. Now Lawrence going for it all. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. So back-to-back incompletions. Third down here in 10, but you're still in field goal range.
And that's the thing to keep in mind. They're in field goal range. So now you don't take any unnecessary risks, but you try and find a way to get back to what you were doing.
Touchdown! That's caught. Laviska Shenault in the final seconds of the first half. And the Jaguars will extend their lead here just before halftime. Lambeau to add on the extra point. It's good, and now it's an 11-point lead, 17-6. So the drive goes 75 yards, 10 plays, and it culminates in a Jags touchdown. So time enough for a kickoff here. 5 seconds remaining in this first half. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The white flag coming out as they line up to kneel on it. And with time running short here, they'll simply take a knee, and that should do it for half number 1. So we've reached halftime. There you have it. Halftime quickly over. Third quarter, here we go. The Jaguars in possession of the lead, and they will get the football as we are underway in the second half. Cordero Patterson to return it, bringing it out of the end zone. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback. The Jaguars ready to get going to start quarter number 3. And Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
On 2nd and 12, Lawrence escaping the pressure right. And he'll slide to a halt here, still a little shy of the first down marker. He turned that into a nice gain, gets him 8 yards closer for third down. Looking to throw, Lawrence. This is Shenault on the receiving end. And he is going to have a Jags first down. They needed 4. He doubled that. He wound up getting 8.
That's not the first time they've looked his way when they've needed a big play. He's been the go-to guy all game long. And they get the hook up again on third down to keep this drive alive.
And able to get this one all the way up to about the 46-yard line. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves them with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. And he stopped immediately there. Calling no gain that time, as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go. Etienne. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up a 4th down. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Going for it, here's Etienne. And he's got the first down, yardage before being taken down at midfield. At first glance, I wasn't sure he got it. Then I saw that spot. Definitely a first down.
It was, but boy, on the other side, you disputed a little bit, wouldn't you? Okay, if you're playing defense, are you sure he got there? But that's why they tell you all the time, don't just get what you need, get a little bit more, and take the decision out of the hands of the officials.
Well, there he needed a yard. He got a yard and maybe an inch. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense gets a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard.
Another day, another dollar, baby.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. On the counter, Etienne. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
Simple drag route here, lined up out left and tried to work his way back across the field. You probably saw me twitch there, partner, because I think he wanted the ball a little bit sooner. By the time he looked it in, the defender was right on him.
He'll find his tight end. That's Waller. Good defense, holds him to only a yard, and it'll be 4th down.
Well, the coverage was tight that time. They allowed the pass underneath to him, but they rallied to him pretty fast, too. Converged on him and got him down. That'll bring up 4th down.
And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1. On the slant, this is Chark. And he will have the 1st down across the 20 to the 19-yard line. Both sides were holding their breath there on that 4th down play, and the offense can breathe a sigh of relief.
And both knew exactly where the 1st down markers were. You know the defense is trying to guard those sticks and try and keep people in front, but somehow, some way, those guys found a way to pick it up.
It was Kwity Paye who made the stop coming off the edge. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the 1st half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Lawrence. And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down.
In the red zone, precision is the watchword. If the throw's a little too early, too late, maybe off a little bit, going to be a good chance that any attempt is going to be a contested one, and that one falls incomplete.
Here's Lawrence. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
When you're running the slant, timing is everything, and against that man coverage, there was no space available, and incompletion as a result.
The kick by Lambeau is good, and that will get the lead up to 14. So put another 3 on the board. All things considered, a good opening drive to begin the 3rd quarter.
And as a defense, the way that this game is going, you're excited to see those points go on the board. Gives them a little bit of leeway to play with when they're out on the field, but they're real excited to see their offense score. Now they get to go out there and do their part.
And he'll be brought down at the 28-yard line, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone gets him 3 more. Here's the Colts now as they get ready for their first possession on offense of the 2nd half. And their deficit a little wider now than it was at halftime following the field goal a moment ago.
But the goal is still the same because you know they want to come out, establish a rhythm in the 2nd half, and get going. Make no mistake about it, though. Kicking field goals, not in their game plan. They need to get the ball in the end zone.
They run once more with Taylor. And tough going there as he'll only get it up to about the 31. A 3rd down now. Those last 2 plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points. Dumps this one off to Mack. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. On 1st and 10, here's Carr. And that one's going to be off target, incomplete. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
The Colts on third down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 10. Again, it's Carr. He dumps this off to Mack. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. And a 2-score game, obviously. Every play, every third down, like we saw there, magnified. Big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to third down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible. They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Carr, they'll run the screen with Mack. That helps the completion percentage, but not much else, and now it's 3rd and 10. Now Carr. He'll drop this down to Taylor. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that'll bring up 4th down.
That's a nice design there, but sometimes, though, you get so many blockers out ahead of you, they kind of slow you down and force you to adjust. You always appreciate guys trying to help you, but maybe one less there could have turned this into a bigger game.
So he remains perfect, 3 for 3 in the field goal department.
And it's so important for any offense to have an ace like him up their sleeve, isn't it? Because now you know what his range is, and as soon as your offense gets there, you're pretty much counting on 3 points going up on the board.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. ETN once more.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there, and on that play, I saw a defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing, in a situation where they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously, but at this stage, you have to take a few chances as well.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. And I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
Well, probably the only thing he did wrong there was go out of bounds, nursing this 4th quarter lead. You want to stay in, eat the clock.
Yeah, you got to love the effort, the catch, the extra yardage, but you got to know the situation. Stay in bounds, young man.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Down on the field, we've got an injured Colt after that last play. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. We'll check on his status when we get back. Lawrence's throw complete here to Waller. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
And he's able to get it to the 31, and that's enough for the first. Hasn't been his best afternoon on the ground, far from it, but a critical 3rd down conversion.
This afternoon just got better. All right, you're exactly right. It hasn't been his best in terms of yardage, but that run there, that's the one your teammates look to you and go, okay, that's what we want from you, that's what we need. Now they have a chance to keep moving forward and a chance to win the game.
And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6. Starting to become a tough spot for this defense. You're down fourth quarter, looking a little fatigued maybe on that side of the ball.
Partner, we've seen this before, haven't we? Because every coach we've ever talked to says body language is important. And now you're seeing guys with their hands on their hips, they're bent over, hands on their knees. And the offensive guys, they're just saying, let's just keep running it out, and we've got them now. Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And he is going to have the first down, and that is going to suck the life right out of this crowd. 56 yards for him on the ground now on 18 carries. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Jaguar football here as we welcome you back. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Travis Etienne with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Jaguars are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this fourth quarter lead. Extra point tacked on by Lambeau. And the lead is up to 18 now. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Here comes the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left, because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it, because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now, and if they call plays they want executed, they need to do that and do it really well. Otherwise, there could be repercussions.
We'll see how they handle the waning moments of this one. One play has them up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. To throw his car. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Jags grab it. The big man, get the oxygen tank ready. And he will not get all the way home, but he will take this back down to about the 2-yard line.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
You'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. They'll try to run with Etienne. And he'll take this one in for a Jags touchdown. Travis Etienne, his 2nd touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year. And the Jags take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash this one in. Point after by Lambeau, up and good. And they open the lead up now to 25. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Now Jonathan Taylor and the Colts offense retake center stage. So after that hot start, the numbers here show the decline. What has the defense done adjustment-wise?
Sometimes when you have a running back who's gotten off to a hot start, you've got to catch him before he really gets going. So you change what you do across the defensive front. Instead of the linebackers being back a few yards, you bring them up closer. It's what we call mugging the line of scrimmage, taking away a lot of blocking angles and gaps and maybe stopping him before he can get going.
Mugging the line of scrimmage, okay.
Yeah, in this case.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Shotgun now for Carr. He finds his man complete. It's Doyle.
I get a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a 1st down. On 1st down, Carr.
That's going to go as a loss of 7, and it'll set them back for second down. Now Carr. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Mack. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in this football game. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense, they're just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. They've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
And this one incomplete. So the clock stopped now with 20 seconds remaining. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Jags take over in terrific field position. Now it looks like he'll throw here. And he'll let this one go deep for Chark. And give him another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues. A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
Extra point tacked on by Lambeau, and that will extend this big lead. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. And Rodgers will hold on to this one, and it'll come out to the 25. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
And that one off the mark behind him, incomplete.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. He's going to let it fly. A high throw there as this is knocked away, down to the ground and incomplete. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory, and the defense